Think about the first time you go to a new barber. You really don't know whether he's skilled or not. So what do? You guess. If the haircut turns out good, you might continue. If it turns out bad, you might just stop going to him. The next time you go to a different barber, you're not guessing blindly. You remember your past experience. Slowly you start learning which barber or the hairstyle suits you and which doesn't. You didn't know it on day one. You learned it by experience, by being wrong, and by improving your choices. And even AI learns, or you can say works in a very similar way. In the last video, we have seen how images, videos, or sounds are converted into numbers, binary numbers. We even understood how data is stored and processed by the computer. But processing alone does not complete the whole training process. It's just the beginning. Like you only think, no, simply converting in data inputs into numbers cannot make an AI intelligent. Instead, the real step starts when an AI begins learning and understanding from the stored data to gain clarity and make better decisions over time. The learning phase is the most important for AI, and it can be a little complex. But I'll give my level best to break it down step by step. I'll try to make it simple for you people to understand. First, let me explain you in a simple way. Think about this video itself. Now to make this video, I gave multiple inputs. I had to write the script, I had to shoot the footage, I had to plan the visuals. And these are all raw inputs, and these raw inputs don't become the final video. They went through multiple steps or stages. It can be from thinking, filtering, correcting, and even adjusting. And only after all this, the editing of the video is done, where we get the final output, the video which you're watching right now. A neural network also works similarly, where the process can be a little more complex, but the idea is the same. It allows machines or AI systems to learn by processing input information in stages to bring a more accurate output. This is a very simplified version of a neural network. In short, it has three parts, or you can say layers: the input layer, the intermediate layer, which is also known as hidden layer, and the last output layer. This structure is also called artificial neural network, or you can say ANN. In this, the input layer receives raw data. It's like sending information to the brain. The intermediate layer processes this input information. These hidden layers can be one or many, depending on how complex the task is. Finally, the output layer generates the final output. For now, just remember this structure because the real learning happens inside these hidden layers. So far, we have seen how data goes in, passes through multiple layers, and a final output comes out. But we never thought what exactly happens inside these layers. Now, every layer of a neural network is made up of nodes or neurons responsible for processing the information received. Example, let's again refer to the MNIST database, where we take the handwritten digit number 3 and fit it into a neural network. In the MNIST dataset, each image has 28 by 28 pixels. This means every number here is a node or a neuron. So in total we have 784 input nodes, which are stored as vector inside the neural network to form the input layer. Now each of these input nodes contains a number based on how bright or dark it is. For example, 0 represents white and any value other than 0 represents other colors other than white. These input nodes from the input layers are directly connected to the nodes of the next layer, which is the hidden layer. Each node in the hidden layer receives information from many input nodes and combines this information. A single node does not understand the whole problem, but when many nodes work together, they start forming a meaningful patterns. Now a natural question comes up here is that if nodes work together to form meaningful patterns, then how many hidden layers do we actually require? Well, there's no fixed number, but for simple problems, mostly one hidden layer, and for complex problems, multiple hidden layers are required to increase the learning efficiency and the capability, but it has to be managed effectively. Now, for understanding purpose, let us take a neural network consisting of 3 hidden layers. Again, take the number 3, which comprises 2 elements, a rounded element and a curved bottom. Let us start with the first hidden layer. In the first hidden layer, it might just learn to identify basic features from the information received, from the input information received. For example, it might detect things like curves, round shapes, edges if it has. The second layer. In the second layer, it continues to build the information processed by the previous layer, the first hidden layer. It takes those basic features and starts combining them, noticing things like a curved bottom and a rounded element in the top. It might even start detecting other complex shapes such as loops or even intersections. At last, when the information reaches the third hidden layer, the neural network has learned to recognize the overall shape and represent the number. Finally, the output layer takes the information from the third layer and determines whether the number is 3 or not. Now notice something important. I told that the neural network determines whether the number is 3 or not. This means that the neural network always does not give the correct answer. It can even predict the number correctly or it might get it wrong. And it is because it is still in the learning process. At this stage, the neural network is not certain. It makes an educated guess based on what it has learned so far. And over time, with more examples and more training, the guessing work improves. And by this, I tried to explain this concept thoroughly. I hope you were able to process it. In the end, this is how the whole neural network works, the backend of the whole neural network. We have learned from the point where the data is stored and processed to the point where the system starts learning and determining the data. So yeah, this is the whole thing of this neural network and learning concept. See you in the next video. Bye.